Alright guys, so welcome back to my channel. So this will be part 2 of this video. I assemble the bike, so I touch the handlebar, seat and pedals, that's it. Everything else is already attached, even the wheels. So this bike comes only with one rear brakes, which is kind of negative, but at the same time it's a positive for people who does not know how to brake with front brake, and many times they fall. So it's pretty safe to have one brake actually. It has some scratches on the side, which is no big deal. It does have a handle over here. It's completely foldable, and you can fold it. Over here it's very simple, you just open up and fold the bike, and mechanism is pretty good. Over here you will see also the latch. You need to remove this locking mechanism when you fold it and open up. When you put it back, make sure you insert this locking in so it will not open while you're riding. And I did have some mechanical issue with this bike, so I'll show you in a second. So before, I want to show you what the bike has. So it has dual suspension, which is great, front suspension and the rear suspension. It's a basic one, but I'm gonna ride it right now and tell you my experience in a few minutes. And then the motor is 450 watt motor, looks like pretty big motor with a speed going up to 24.6 miles on the display. It does come with a nice clear display over here, and it's very easy to use. You just press the button, power, it will be on. You can see battery, how much trip is you rode, and also the mileage speed. So it's pretty cool and decent. On the left side you'll see like mode is 1, and you can change it to 2, 3, so it'll give you 3 different modes of riding experience. You will have on the level 1, like mode number 1, you would reach a speed enough to pedal at the same time, where you can pedal and feel some tension. After level 1 you will have mostly no tension on your pedals, so basically you will just air pedaling. So that's what's gonna happen. But it comes with a horn, easy to switch off light on and off. It has a front light and the rear light, which is integrated, which is really great for this price range. And when you press the brake, the light is blinking. So it's a very decent and good budget mini bike. Also it comes with small rack, which can attach a basket to it if you want to. Likely you can add another battery with some play with this, but I'm not gonna put it. I know that the seat you have to tighten very well over here. That's why I saw some post review that it was broken, because if you don't tighten well, the seat will slide down. It doesn't happen often, but for some reason with this bike, most likely it's too wide over here, so that's why it's sliding down. With my weight, 215 pounds, it's have to be very tight in order to stay in place. It comes with kind of mud guards on the back, which is looking cool, but I'm not sure if you need it because you already have this piece over here. So it's kind of, you can remove it if you don't want to, but it's already there, pre-installed, and the mud guard the front. And the front fork looks like decent, just basic fork. Again, I'll show you while I'm riding to let you know if it's good or not. And here's the problems. As you can see, kind of very long axle. That's what I put by myself, because the original one it came with was too short, and when I tried to tighten up on one side, it was too short up to here, as you can see, and it would not enough space for nut to grab on it. So it removed the thread because it was very short on one side. So for some reason I don't know if it's defect or not, but they made it very short. So once you attach the both nuts and want to tighten up, you will lose the thread on one side, because you cannot really tighten up well, and it's very dangerous if you're planning to ride, because this is on the front wheel. I know they have some nice wash over here, which is kind of for safety, but again, they need to either it's defected, or they need to make about 2 millimeters, about 2 to 3 millimeters longer axle in order to be more safer. Maybe also the material, I'm not sure what it looks like, just a piece of metal. But luckily I have one from another bike when they was shipped in a fork. They put this piece in a fork to protect the fork from damages. So I just attach it. As you can see, it's a little bit longer on the sides, but I would rather have it longer than too short, and I have 2 nuts just in case to secure it for now, so I can do the speed test and to share with you my experience. So when I contact the customer service, they do not replace any part on this bicycle. That's another problem with this bicycle. So for example, if you have any issue with this bicycle, it comes with 1 year warranty for any defects, or if it's a battery bad, 1 year warranty. After 1 year, if you buy at Costco, you can return to Costco. It's the best way. But after 1 year, they do not provide any parts at all. I talk to customer service. They respond through email, also on the phone. When you call them, they basically take your information, create a label for you, so you ship it back to them, and they'll send you a new bike. I'm not sure new or refurbished, but they'll send you a new bike, regardless of the problems you might face. So basically, the problems I have over here, they told me they will not send me any part because they have 0 parts for this bike. That's what they told me. You have to send them full bike, they'll send you a new bike. So any problems you face, every time you will send them back the bike and get the bike back. So it's not bad, but the bad about it is that 1 year later, if you have any problems, they have 0 support for this bike. So they have 0 parts, which might be kind of problems to find, like battery may be a problem to find. I think it's a kind of a generic design. If you look, there's a few brands who make this type of frame. So you might be able to find from another brand the battery, display. Usually they use some generic parts. The motor. So you probably will be okay after 1 year to find on AliExpress or Amazon. But I just want to let you know that they have 0 parts, no support for replacement other than under warranty. Okay, the seat, it's very comfortable with some ventilation hole over here. It handles, it's pretty good. It's a rubbish. It's a handlebar, it's not as wide. You can always change it if you want to. Should be very simple to change it. But it comes with 1 brake, and I'll show you why. It's a very narrow, so there's space to put the front brake, but you need I'm not sure if you will be, because it will be uncentered. You will move probably to the left, remove this spacer, move to the left, and put extra brake if you want to. I think it should work. I think the front brake might be working for you as well. If you want to put extra front brake, it should be not that expensive. So now I'm gonna go for a speed test to see how fast it will go. The battery is fully charged. I'm on the speed level 3 now with throttle only. So it's going about 17 miles on display. GPS showing me 16, 17. So far it says 21 on display, but GPS showing me 19, 20. And GPS always about 2 to 3 miles less. So far I see 21 miles on GPS and 24.6. So it meets up to the 24.6 miles. There were some noises, not sure, coming from the rear wheel. I'm gonna do one more test right now to see if it's actually top speed looks like it does makes about 24.6 on display, and GPS 21 top speed, so plus 2 to 3 miles, so it does makes about 23 miles, 24 miles an hour, which is really good out of the box. The seat actually still moving right to left, so I need to tighten a little bit more, but let's go and see how fast we'll go this way again on throttle only. And it comes with 3 different levels, so you have to change from pedal assist level 1, 2 and 3. That will increase your speed up to 3. So I'm running right now on speed level 3, and it's going right now 22.4 miles an hour, and 20 on GPS, 21, almost 22, it hits 22, 23, 24.6 on display. So now the test on the grass. Oh man. So we're going about 12 miles, 14. I can feel the suspension actually works on the rear, and the front a little bit works very well. So it made about 16 miles on display and about 14 miles, so 60 miles on GPS, which is not bad. I think the rear suspension is kind of soft. Alright, so now I'm going to do the test for the brakes to see how well they will perform at the high speed. So now I'm gonna reach like about 24 miles. I say it's very easy actually, the bike getting 24 miles. Now it's 21 on the display, and I think the display works pretty well, very clear, 24 and 6, and now I'm gonna brake. It took me about 10 feet to brake, which is not bad. Of course the front brake would be nicer, but I think the reason they don't have front brakes because fork a little bit too narrow, and this was very hard to put the front brake. You might be able to buy additional like brake and put it by yourself if you want to, but if you're running this bike, the brake does the job, rear one, and it's probably safer for many people because many people does not really brake correctly with the front brake, because when you brake this type of mini bike with front brake, it's very easy to fall, because if you put too much pressure on the front brake, you can flip, like, okay, and fly. So that's one of the reasons most likely they don't have the front brake on this mini bike, and the fork, it was not easy to assemble. And this handlebar, it's very narrow, as you can see, probably much narrower than Adjustable Pro or any other bike. The front fork does the job actually for the price you're paying. It's a basic fork, but it's better than the one I have on Diva U. It's more travel, I think, on this fork, and also the rear suspension does give you cushion, so it works pretty well. Running with the pedal is not the best, I would say, mostly when you get off from the bigger bike. I'll tell you why, because even I bring the seat all the way up right now, as they recommended, the seat is supposed to be very short, and you can see my legs bended, and also my legs, it's under my seat, so it's not very good, but it's rideable. I most likely will use more throttle on this bike because it's very fast compared to many other mini bikes. And for $500 if you buy at Costco or directly from them with a code I post in the link description, this bike makes sense over the Adjustable Pro for sure, because it's a faster bike. But I'll give you more information once I get home. Alright, so now I want to give you some summarize and some more information about measurement of this bike, because it's kind of different than traditional full-size bike, as it's mini bike, foldable, and the clearance from the ground to the pedals, it's pretty high, but as you can see, I can stand. It's the tallest seat, so I'm 5'11", so the seat cannot go more higher. So I think this bike is good for up to 6 feet tall people. And the pedals, as you can see, will still high above the ground, about, let's see, about 7 inch off the ground, the pedal, but my legs still for a little bit like bended, so it not makes very comfortable to pedal it. But for commuting like few miles, 4-5 miles, I think it's perfect bike because you can use the throttle only, and it's pretty fast for this kind of mini bike out of the box. 24.6 miles, as you could see. Also, the front suspension, it's very decent. It's about 1-inch travel. The bike itself weighs about 51.5 pounds, which is not as heavy and not as light, because it does have a bigger battery than other mini bikes. Like Jetson Ball Pro have smaller battery. This one is much bigger battery. It should have better distance as well, not only the speed, but I will do compare for Jetson Ball Pro different videos, so please hit subscribe and like this video as well. And also, I'll just give you some measurement of this bike, so you will know exactly. So the seat can go up to like 35 inches up from the ground, and can go as low as 32 inches. So that's the lowest it can go, 32 inches. Okay. A handlebar, it's about 42 inches off the ground, so you'll have some idea. And the length of this bike is about 53 inches long, but I'll show you, you can fold it, and I'll show you how to fold it. So basically you need to open this latch on the side, okay, then just move the pedals out. I will use my feet to push it, okay. It's maybe hard for the first time, but you'll get used to it. And then you can fold the handlebar as well, and I'll give you measurement total, okay. And that's a bike. So the measurement will be about 37 inches from the tire all the way to the seat. Actually, the seat can go much lower, so it will be probably, if you remove the seat, so it will be about under 30 inches, and this way would be about 30. So I would say 30 by 30 inches. It's pretty good. And the wideness would be about 19 inch wide, so it's 30 by 30 by like 19 inch. So I think it's very compact, and you can carry this like handle over here. It's 51 pounds. It's kind of heavy, but it does have bigger battery and bigger wheels than other mini bikes, so it's pretty fair weight because it's aluminum frame with full suspensions. And if you unfold it and then fold it back, make sure you check the cable underneath, because the management of the cables underneath is kind of messy and they can pull out, so you have to pull them back. And watch your fingers, because it's easy to damage them when you fold it and unfold it, I notice. Also use a lock on the latch when you're locking your handlebar, and ride safely. This bike is great for commuters, like going to school, job. On average, I would say good for about 5 miles one way. It should be great, or maybe even longer, because it's very soft to ride on. It's not only dual suspension, but it comes with nice seats, very soft, looks like a memory foam, very soft seat. Dual suspension does the job much better than without suspension. That's all. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.